Welcome, viewers. Welcome to the very first launch of Jedi's Invest. Episode 1, you are listening or looking to now with me, Chris J. Bradshaw. Super excited to get this off the ground, and I hope you'll bear with me, stay with me for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Big shout outs for people around the world. Lots of change is happening. I'd like to say to the Baileys, Paul and Kate, good luck as you transition to a new country and job in Thailand. A big up to the Bentons, Leigh Anthony and son Kale, who are making the big move back to good old Blighty. I'd like to say a big hello to Popsy, my old man who's gone from Glastonbury Festival now to the Woman Festival in England. And to my little sister Phoebe, who is, congratulations, getting married to lovely JJ in October. Maybe I won't be there, but someone will be there in my place for sure. More to be revealed later. I'd also like to say a big hello and where the hell are you to the Pavone family out there in Los Angeles. It's been a long time. General Sherman, you never replied to my messages. Get on it. I'm going to be poking your wife Maylee to see if we can get a response. And finally, when Moon's soul comes into the world for the Hatting family, Auntie and Cornet just had their first baby in George, South Africa after returning there last year. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen and viewers, we are here, first episode of Jedi's Invest, the mission launch, the China Exodus, and medical waste elimination. We'll get more into that a little bit later. So, you're probably asking, why am I doing this? Well, I thought, first of all, I'd introduce myself, just in case some of you have forgot who I am or what I've been doing with my family. Basically, I have 4 children, originally from England. I have a lovely Japanese wife. You can see here at the top of this, what's this, star tetrahedron, geometrical shape. The family, myself and all the kids and my wife are in the middle. Some beach in China where we live. Wife at the top. We have my oldest son, Zach, who's 9 going on 10 next month. Jasper, 7 years old. And we have Max, who's 4 now, and Kai, who's 2. So, and there at me at the bottom, propping all up the crap. No, but we're all a part of it together. It's one big creative foundation. And for all of you out there with kids, well, it's all fun and games, isn't it? Both of us are teachers, international teachers. I prefer elementary. My wife's a preschool teacher, preschool coordinator, so with the young ones. And actually, we've been living in China, South China now for, well, up to 14 years. All of our children were born in China. But I can say, and one of the reasons why I'm starting this vlog series is that we are making the big move. Now, over the years in China, which we've had an amazing time in, as I said, all our children were born here. It's really given us so much. We've had so much chances to be creative and innovative. Over the years, I've created the China Jedi podcast platform, loads of really cool stuff, interviewed hundreds of people on there about life in China, shining humor, love, and light on this wonderful country. You can go and check it out at ChinaJedi.com. But as we all know, everything comes in cycles, and I believe, as far as my family goes, we've come to the end of this cycle when we need to start a new one. And this is one of the reasons, as we're making this big move to Indonesia. We're going to be moving to a place in Indonesia called Lombok, which is a tropical island next to Bali, which is quite a well-known tourist destination, is Bali. But the first main reason of why I'm doing this vlog is, as it says here, to stay connected with you guys, with my friends, my family, new friends. I think in this mad world that we live in, we're all just really quite busy, aren't we? And it's just really difficult to Skype or Zoom everybody on a regular basis. Everyone is doing their own kind of thing. But I thought, 15 minutes of me once per month can't be that bad, right? So Feel free to add something in the comments below this video. You know where to do it, good or bad. Perhaps a question you may want answering, something that interests you maybe about where we're going, whether it's China or, as I said, Indonesia, where we're going next. Or maybe something positive happening in your life that I can give a shout out to at the beginning of each vlog. Send out the positive vibrations. Another reason why I'm doing this is a way to keep a record, a timestamp, time log of a memory of what's been happening, what's gone before us, and perhaps what's on its way. Who knows, viewers, what moments of reflection may certainly present itself if we look back in a few years and see what has indeed manifested. So for sure, this is a timestamp, and this is the first one today, and I'm really pleased that you're here to get in to see it and be a part of it. The third one is this vlog series, Jedi's Invest, is going to be a way to shine light on positive ideas and ventures. As far as the invest bit goes, it's to showcase, as I said, good vibrating ventures and people that are doing something to help uplift this wonderful world and our people, and in the process can generate wealth and health, not just for the planet, of course, but perhaps for our families' pockets too. And don't we all want that? So let's get those pictures off the face. The mission launch. You probably want to be wondering what Jedi is as well, maybe. As I said, we launched China Jedi about 5 years ago. The brand of the Jedi is open-mindedness. This means heart-centeredness. This is about service to others, doing other things for other people, and not always to make profit, not always to make money. That's what I believe encapsulates the term Jedi. Of course, if you're a Star Wars boffin, you might think a little bit differently, but I think you can understand the sentiments and the character traits there that pervade through the wonderful movie series. Although I'm not too into the new ones, I have to say. Invest, of course, is not just about money. I believe that to manifest what you really want in life, you need to invest in it. And that doesn't have to be money. It can be time, it can be love, it can be art. And of course, as we all know, the oil of this world is indeed the dollar or the pounds or whatever fiat currency at the moment, although blockchain and crypto might be having another say about that. So if you resonate with this, if you want to get involved in this forest, in this wave, please go to the website jedisinvest.com, JEDIS invest.com, and add your email so we can stay connected. As I just said, it's a rising wave of open-minded, heart-centered souls seeking to be of service to our planet and all that live upon it. You don't have to be rich in cash. You don't have to own a yacht in some Caribbean harbor. You don't have to have multiple degrees or doctorates. You just need to be open-minded, have a little bit of that heart thing, and you want to be of service to others. So the agenda for all of those left-minded people, what's going to be involved in this vlog series every month? Oh, bit of coffee there. It is early in the morning. Well, we'll start with the monthly shout-outs, which I've done already. A picture of fun, which I'll show you in a minute. A little bit of a world news recap. Again, that kind of timestamp idea I wanted to have. Some updates about our family, which for me are most important, just to keep you up to date with the madness. Jedi's Invest tip of the month, something you may want to get involved in or be aware of. And finally, a quote of inspiration. So here's the pick of fun on episode 1. You can see on the left-hand screen, or if you're just listening, it's a junction in China. And I pulled up behind this car. I wanted to go right. And although it says in the big blue sign at the top above the highway bridge, you can go right. There's a sign straight in front of you, the red circle with the line that says you can't go right. If you can see, if you look carefully, there's a load of bollards and even a traffic light that actually doesn't even point at you. I don't know where it's actually directing towards. Maybe it needs to just be refixed and turned around a bit. But I can tell you this is a perfect analogy of what life's like at the moment for us in this great country of China. You just really don't know what direction you're going in. 1 minute you'll be told to go right, and then the next minute you're told no, you can't go right. So it's a little bit of a spin. And well, yeah, with the madness of the world and this information age we live in, I think for us anyway, I want to be able to know the direction that we're going in, and certainly be able to know that we can go in that direction. So there you go. That's what I came up against some weeks ago. World news then. Let's quickly go through this. The pantomime of life in the mainstream. Of course, we have the whole story of Russia waging gas war, and the good old actor Zelensky from Ukraine being a very good actor indeed. We've got, what have we got? Pope, sorry for evil abuse at Canadian schools. Yeah, okie dokie. Well, that's all starting to come out. And of course, we've got the shenanigans of British politics, as always. So many people resigning, apparently, because they can't work with Mr. Boris Johnson. I would suggest to you to look a little bit deeper, that might not be really the truth, the real reason. And we got the madman in Japan that apparently killed the longest standing Japanese prime minister, which is terrible news. But on a light note, this German man, he's used his hands, everyone, to smash 148 coconuts in 1 minute. Now, he's the kind of guy I'd like to invite to Lombok in Indonesia and get the coconut smashed up and flowing. If you're a crypto fan, of course, crypto winter is certainly upon us. I love this picture. Before investing, you got a nice car. And then after investing, well, you're in the back of the bus holding the rail of the seat with a load of graffiti on it. But don't worry, have the faith, stick with it, don't sell, hodl. And then, of course, in sport, one of our huge entertainments, we have the British women. Well done, the Lionesses, about to play, I think, Sweden in the semi-finals. I got a feeling they're going to show up the men and get through to the end, and hopefully maybe play Germany. That would be a classic, wouldn't it? And maybe win something for once for our country. So we will see. And of course, we've got the Premier League shenanigans going, and a big up to Liverpool at the start of the new Premier League season, which is upon us soon. Let's go through some family updates then quickly. I can see I'm nearing 15 minutes, which I want to stop at. Here's our beautiful balcony view in Zhuhai. It's a city in South China, close to Hong Kong and Macau, that we will be sadly, or, positively, I'm excited, we'll be leaving soon. Big date, by the way, August the 8th, 2022 is when we actually finally leave. We'll be taking a flight from Guangzhou to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and then Kuala Lumpur to the island of Lombok. Here's my little boy Kai putting his hand up, how, and saying goodbye, perhaps, in knowing what we'll be doing shortly. This is where we're off to then, into the depths of Southeast Asia. We're going further south, actually into the tropic region of the earth. And as you can see, well, it's 17,000 archipelago is Indonesia. It's a hugely stretching country, very diverse. Here's Bali. The capital's Jakarta here. Here's Bali, the island next to Java. And then next to that, to the east, is good old Lombok. And what do they have in Lombok? Well, they have this, which really interests me. We're going to be taking a family year out. So please stay with us and watch us as we really take on, I think, a mad challenge. But I think, as I said, this world of madness, you need to make mad decisions. And this, I hope, certainly is one, but it will help us flourish and learn and improve as a family. We'll talk more about this in future vlogs for sure, about the real big reasons why we have decided after many years to leave and start a new life here. Potentially, you never know what's around the corner. But before we get going, we had the chances to see my oldest son act. He loves acting. This is, I think he was Pumbaa in the Lion King show. I can't remember the other one. I always forget. The pig and is it the meerkat? Yeah, they did great. That was real fun. This was me leaving my school. Yeah, shout out to Harrow Zhuhai, my lovely class. I wish you well. I will miss them all. Great times and best of successes to you in your careers. Of course, end of the school year, we could not have a party, which we had in the good old London Lounge, the British bar that's been going for many years in Zhuhai. And this is us playing, good old Del Boy, Joanna helping us sing a song, and me looking rather sweaty there. Yes, going back to the old days of the Sun Yat-sens, that was great. This was an interesting picture, I have to say, a bit of art graffiti as we prepare for our flight. I don't know really what to say about that. There's something terribly wrong, I think. Someone holding up a temperature gauge to someone who's gagged with a nappy on their face, and then someone opposite them who you can't even see except their two eyes. I don't even know if that person's human. But this is what you've got to go through, I guess, now to travel or to get out of the Matrix. Yeah, we've been packing, as you can imagine. Here's one of our rooms. So much stuff we've accumulated. It's really quite terrible. We need to slim down. We need to shed our skins. And so over the coming weeks, that's what we've been doing. And we got a lot more to do, I can tell you. Yeah, dust everywhere. We also had time to go to the bank to sort money stuff out. We had a load of coins. This was a coin machine in the bank in China. And so the boys, this is Max and Kai, were having fun chucking it all in. The problem is we had so many coins, and some of them actually weren't Chinese, that they broke the machine. So the machine couldn't be used. It got our money stuck in there. And therefore, Kai and Max had to have a meeting with the manager of the branch. And you can see her counting the money to let us know how much she was going to pay us back after the machine had munched all of it. We went up to what was that, last weekend? Went to practice a bit of surfing as we get ready to go to maybe one of the surfing capitals of the world. Old friend Yvonne and our Brazilian friends, and Damien from France. There's the four boys, my wife and myself, with the cap, keeping out of the sun. I tell you, that water, viewers, was really hot. I reckon about 30 degrees that water was. You want to get into sea, which makes you cool down, but this one, whoa, it was almost like you had to get out to cool down, which is a bit mad, right? And then, of course, well, as we are nearly out there, it's another excuse for another party, and that's exactly what we're doing tomorrow night. La Bohemia, La Fiesta, in a beautiful old temple in Beishan village, not too far from us. And a lot of old friends and stuff will be coming. We'll have a good laugh. Live music. They've let me go loose again on the guitar, which will be nice. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that as well. And there you go. As always, as I want to do, and I mentioned at the beginning, I'd like to give a Jedi Invest tip of the month. Now, I must disclaim, as you must do now on these social media sites, that this is not financial advice. It's not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Do I look like a financial advisor? These are projects, viewers, that I'd like to bring to your attention, all of which, to be completely honest, I have invested in. I have a vested interest in. I've invested my time, energy into researching them, and have partly funded them too. Now, I make no commission, absolutely no commission. I say that again, I make no commission on any of this. Only recognition. I used to say that when I worked in Gap, no commission, only recognition. I like that. Good old American sales tactics. Only recognition that I have passed something into your awareness today that is positively uplifting for our wonderful planet. So that is that. Let's have a quick view. I don't want to bore you with lots of details, but this one is a cool company. It's called Klin. Green now. It's based in Bali in Indonesia. And what are they trying to do? Well, their vision is to be an environmental solution designed for positive social impact. Indonesia, I believe, is the second most plastic polluted country in the world and tends to end up in all the waterways. You can see here some Indonesian boys floating on some polystyrene, and look at all that milieu of plastic crap. China, I believe, is the biggest one. And what these guys do, really, really cool, is first of all, they're a great team. They certainly know what they're doing. They are becoming the first incinerator in Bali. We are literally, I think, a month away from it finally getting underway. They've been building the factory, and the incinerators come over from France. And what they're focusing on is basically recycling, incinerating medical waste. You can imagine all the medical waste, all these nappies that people are wearing, masks that people are wearing, all these needles and things that get chucked out of hospitals. Well, a lot of them, viewers, sadly, do end up in the waterways, amazingly. And what they do is they buy these used plastic residues and packaging from local communities. So actually these plastics are getting picked up by local people. They're being put into pellets, plastic pellets, which then Clin buy. And then at the same time, they collect the hospital waste from the hospitals. It's weighed, and the hospitals pay Clin to take the waste away to their factory, where they, with the plastic pellets from the plastic that's collected in the seas and in the rivers, they put it together into the incinerator, and they can bust it. They heat it up really, really in a I can't remember, what is it, 1,250 degrees. That's hot in the machine. It produces less than 0.02% atmospheric emissions, which is, I think, something that's really important. There's no point burning something to help the environment, but actually you're giving off a load of noxious gases. And as there you go, it's a 99% waste reduction. So it all gets incinerated, doesn't end up in the waterways. They're also taking stuff from the water as well, as I said, into plastic pellets and using that to fuel the incinerator. So it's a win-win situation. And even more so, the bottom ash, or the slag, which is called, that comes out at the bottom, is used as an additive to hot mix asphalt to build roads, to add to physical infrastructure. So this is certainly a problem. It's a big problem over the world, especially in Indonesia. And this company are doing something about it. So it has my full support. And when I do get to Indonesia, I certainly will be going over there to meet the team and check it out. So watch out for future videos on that. clinindonesia.com, clin-indonesia.com if you're interested in checking them out. And if you do want to get involved somehow, I know they are still looking for partners in different respects, then please send me an email. I can personally introduce you. That is it, viewers. Thank you for staying with me. I've gone over the 15 minutes. I promise I'm going to pull this back. We're on about 20 minutes. It's the first one. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Remember, choose being kind over being right, and you'll be right every time, says Dick Carlson. Any questions, anything you're interested in, anything you want me to include, just whack it in the comments boxes, good or bad, or send us an email to info@jediesinvest.com. That's info@jediesinvest.com. And as I'm always going to end on this, join the wave, be of service, make that change.